Hi, everybody. It's Ursula again. Oh my goodness, here's yet another mini star seeds reading. This time it's going to be for Cosmic Girl 12. Yay! Okay, so let me back up a little bit before I get into the reading. You know, one of the fun things about working with Julia's class is that she gives me some thoughts that I normally never would kind of think about. And one was when you start doing mini readings or readings, you're going to find a certain group that is attracted to you. So, in other words, for me, it seems like I'm really attracting a lot of people from the Hyades star nation in just this last week. So it's for me, it's like, okay, pay attention, really tune in. I do have Hyades strongly in my chart too. So what is it that wants to come through? And if this is your first time listening, there's a free online calculator called at starseeds, plural, astrology.com. And on that site, you can put in your natal information and receive a very interesting report. And in a few of the previous Ascension Playground videos, I show you how to work with that calculator to produce your free report. And then the tea leaves are there. But it's a very simple way to find out who is your star family and star nation. Now, in some ways, I know that's very linear of me because there is this great sense of we all came from the one, of we're all part of everything and we're all interconnected. And yet here on Earth in 3D, in this consciousness of duality and polarity, it is kind of fun to know, okay, who's in my tribe? Who's in my soul family, my star family? And for astrologers who may be listening, you know, when you bring the fixed stars and put them back into astrology, there's all these other amazing layers that can happen. And then before you know it, by putting in those outer fixed stars, you can move into quantum and speaking about multidimensionality in a way that for me has been almost seamless. You know, if you were to ask me 4 months ago, would you start talking about multidimensionality? I would say, well, one, too long of a word. Two, I don't think I even know what it truly means from an experiential level. And then four, I don't know if I want to put myself out like that. I'd rather talk about painting and colors or stories. So I'm holding space for this idea that if you're listening and still listening, that maybe, just maybe, this might pique your curiosity as well. And if it does, there's a link below in the description line if you want to look at Julia's online courses and sign up through that link, which is an auxiliary link to help support the playground. All right, so Cosmic Girl 12, let's get on with your reading. Oh, and before that, look, I get to pick my wardrobe, which I haven't had a chance to wear because usually I'm just painting in a t-shirt and jeans. And so now it's kind of nice to know, oh yeah, I forgot about this shirt. Okay, let's go to Cosmic Girl and see what her natal chart is going to tell us. Oh, but first, look, I already called up her little mini starseed report. Okay, Cosmic Girl 12, here is your star family. And look down here, look at boom, 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 Andromeda with your Lilith, Chiron, and part of Fortune. So definitely go look up Andromedan starseed traits and qualities. This is one of the high dimensional star nations that many of us may be familiar with. They love the color purple. Purple and magenta are the highest vibrating colors on the spectrum. And so they're one of the higher dimensional beings that work with us here on Earth to help us with our ascension process. Okay, so where are you from? Where did you originate? I'm looking at your Pluto line, your Pluto in Sagittarius. Hyades. Hyades is the constellation that comes up. We'll find out which fixed star nation in the Hyades is the point of origin for you as a soul in this particular area, this galaxy. And we look at what your most recent lifetime was from before this Earth incarnation. And we see your sun in Leo has a connection to this constellation called Hydra. Hydra. So now we get to see, and I get to make sure my pronunciation is correct. There's Hyadian and Hydra star seeds. Okay, Hydra is the great water snake. Hyades is the 6 crying sisters who represent rain. All right, before I go too much further, let's go. Here we go, Cosmic Girl 12. Let's look at the old-fashioned chart. Love looking at the wheels, love seeing what wants to come through. So what does want to come through? Well, I think for you, I'm going to start by looking at where your planets are. Okay, we've got Jupiter, Saturn. And then we have a stockpile over here in house 5 and 6. House 5, the house of Leo. House 5 of creative expression, joy, children. Hopefully your children are joyful or bring you joy. Anyway, so house 5 and 6. 6 is about your dedicated service, your daily routines, and your body. You got your North Node, your Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and the Moon, all in a close proximity to one another in 2 houses. And exactly opposite, kind of forming this little bit of a seesaw here between the Moon, Mars, and Venus, we've got Neptune and Uranus. So I kind of paid attention to where are you showing up? And what I'm really drawn to, boom, 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 as at the top of your midheaven, okay, house 10, you've got your midheaven at 23 degrees Sagittarius, 26 minutes. That's how you read it, 23 degrees. But the galactic center here, sits here when you were born, about 4 degrees off. So that reminds me like of a rocket ship pointing up into the heavens, and your Sagittarian bow and arrow or rocket ship has got a galactic center at the tip, you know, so navigationally, let's go. It'll be interesting to see the portals that you have available to you. But I would think that a midheaven with the galactic center at the top may indicate someone who may lead others to experience the galaxy or multidimensionality as a potential or not, right? But this is in the career house of vocation. So whether you do it out in the world or you make it a vocation and do it at your kid's school or your church or wherever you decide to go, but this is a very interesting position of the galactic center in your chart. All right. So I'm going to pause for just a moment. So it's very interesting, you know, when you start relying on, okay, I'm going to get the mental part done, plug in the information, look at the wheel, and then you have to almost switch to the other side of the brain, the intuitive, and go, okay, well, what really wants to come through? This is a mini reading, but what am I sensing? I don't want to just be thinking. I want to move into my heart space and go, okay, what feels right? So I'm going to pause for a minute and I'm going to call up her next chart. There's something what Joseph Campbell, the great mythologist, said about following your bliss. And this is what I'm doing. I'm allowing myself to follow the joy I have by sharing these free little mini readings. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do these, but in the meantime, it's been fun to share because the whole idea for me is if I could help inspire you to look a little deeper into who you are and knowing where you've come from, it may actually help set your navigational course for how you want to move forward in the rest of your life. So Let's go back to the chart. Here we go for Cosmic Girl. Sharing my screen. Okay. I want to go here before I go to the star seeds. Your sun, in case you didn't know, in Leo is at home. So you have a really strong sun in Leo. And here again, here's your Leo. But guess what? I put in the fixed star Alphard. This was your most recent lifetime. It's sitting right on top of your sun, which is near your true north node. Look at this. This is a very important story. Learning about what Alphard means, because it's merging its energy with you in this lifetime. Whatever those qualities and traits of Alphard, the heart of the serpent lineage. Now, don't be afraid of the word snake or serpent. In ancient times, this was well, first of all, it's the largest of all 88 named constellations in our solar system. Did you know? But the heart of the snake, the very heart, can speak of goddess energy, of the rainbow serpent. So you can put aside time perhaps to do a little homework on the fixed star Alphard, because look, it's sitting right on your sun, lighting it up together. All right. And when we follow this green line, which is a positive trining line, it's going right next to your Jupiter, asking for expansion in the first house of your own identity, which is conjunct this little red box here, your ascendant. So there's something very specific about that most recent lifetime of yours, where it was only 0 degrees, 24 minutes in conjunction with your sun in Leo. Holy mackerel. Oh, and did I tell you, remember we talked about trining your Jupiter? Your Jupiter is at home in Pisces. One of the ancient rulers of Pisces is Jupiter. So look at that. Oh, and by the way, when we look at Uranus in Aquarius, it's at home too. And it's in its own house of the 11th house of Aquarius. So your Uranus is also something to look at, but here it is. It's on the opposite end of the seesaw from your moon and your Venus. I don't see it opposite your Mars quite yet, but this is all, look at this big conjunction. See this whole red filled in area? All of these planets, so what it's saying is, it's like taking a soup and mixing it all together, putting it in a blender. All of these energies are giving a very clear tone in your natal chart for this incarnation. Okay, so what else do we see? We saw where you were from, the Hyades. Here's Hyad, and then there's an ES. Hyades, sitting in your 3rd house of Gemini, and Gemini is at home. So this is your point of origin of where you came in this particular, when you entered into this solar system. But look, it's opposing your Pluto in this lifetime. Okay, so what does that mean? The underworld in the 9th house of the philosopher. And of course, if I forgot to mention, I put in the galactic center, which is conjunct your midheaven. I talked about the rocket ship. There you go. But I wanted to show you, I put in the great attractor as well. It doesn't have well, here it is. It's got some kind of conjunction. It looks like it's squaring your ascendant, and it's trining perhaps your sun. So anyway, big story, trying to make it a little shorter. There's some markers in your natal chart, Cosmic Girl 12, for you to consider, or not. If this isn't the right time, don't worry about it. But you have a very interesting lineage between Hydra and the Hyades. Okay, so let's go look at that bigger chart on Julia's website. Here we go. So to do the extended report, I hit those 2 boxes and open this up, because this is just the basic. And then I'm going to hit extended report. It does its thing, but now you have to scroll down and you'll see it. Okay, we'll just start with your sun line. Look at this. All of these connections. with your sun. Here's the galactic center, a portal for you to travel in and out of. Here's Alphard. Here's the Orion Nebula, another Stargate portal. Here's the Andromedan Galaxy, a portal. Okay, here's the Ring Nebula to your ascendant, that's a portal. There's another portal, the nebula. My goodness, galactic square. Okay, here's galactic center. I know I'm skipping some. Galactic center, galactic center. Oh boy. Let me just pause for a minute and go, I like that term, gone galactic. Well, I'm not sure how your tea leaves are all gonna like end up creating your sentences to a paragraph, to chapters, to your life story, but you have a very interesting one. I hope this was helpful and not confusing. Again, if you decide to learn more, consider taking one of Julia Balaz's online classes using the affiliate link below. Okay, till next time, see you on the Ascension Playground.